Miss Debbie Patton of Odessa, Texas, Miss Teenage of 1970 of America. This is the final preparation for Miss Teenage America pageant to be televised nationwide this evening. It's full dress rehearsal time in the Tarrant County Convention Center with dozens of beautiful teenage girls, dancers, Master of Ceremonies Dick Clark, singer Sergio Franchi, and the Hobo Band. One of the 8 finalists will be crowned the new Miss Teenage America 1971 tonight. The finalists include Lou Jean Fison of Richmond, Virginia, Stephanie Cutler of Omaha, Nebraska, Michelle McCabe, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Patrice King, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Marion Guilford of Jacksonville, Florida, Terry Yavitz of St. Louis, Missouri, Joy Katzels, Charleston, West Virginia, and Rewa Walsh of Los Angeles, California. Giving up her crown will be the current Miss Teenage America, Debbie Patton of Odessa. Tonight's pageant will mark the 10th anniversary of this occasion, and it's expected to be the most successful. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
How is this trip financed?
This trip is being financed by contributions from individuals and by contribution from the DCA.
And what is the purpose now of their going to Washington?
This is a group of clients, board members of legal services, clients of legal services, and community organizers working with clients of legal services who are going to Washington to make known their concern about the threats to the existence of legal services to the Congress of the United States.
The action that has been taken in Washington that these people are going to demonstrate against, and the recent activities here locally, and the resignation of Bennett Miller, do you think that all of these things indicate perhaps an ever-increasing danger to the loss of OEO programs?
I absolutely do, yes.
This Cook's Discount Department Store and all others like it have been enjoined by the court. Judge D. Brown Walker made the decision after 2 days of testimony and pleadings before his court by Sundico and Cook's Discount Department Store lawyers. Miss Mary Stewart brought the case before the court because she says that she couldn't understand why the store could operate on consecutive Saturdays and Sundays, and other stores couldn't. She believed that it was against the law. Various evidence of non-essential items were presented to the court that were bought on consecutive Saturdays and Sundays. Judge Walker granted the temporary injunction against the stores and ordered them not to be open tomorrow. The previous procedure was to sell all holdings of Cook Discount Department Store to Sundico on Saturday night and to buy it back again on Monday morning. The management here at this store says that they'll probably be open tomorrow because they won't have any contact with their top management until Monday morning. Judge Walker went on to say that if Cook Discount Department Stores continue to operate in this fashion, then maybe the Attorney General of Texas should look into their charter and just put them out of business completely. For Channel 8 News on the Move, this is Jess Brown.
I'd like for you to meet a friend of mine. This is John Doe Dog. Come here, John. John is one of 65 dogs and 50 cats currently being sheltered at the Tarrant County Humane Society in Fort Worth. He was abandoned 3 days ago with his brother in a garbage can somewhere in Fort Worth. At the present time, facilities at the Tarrant County Humane Society are woefully inadequate to care for guys like John Doe Dog. So today they're having a rummage sale to see what they can do about it to raise a little bit of money. Now with this, they're going to buy some new surgical instruments for their operating room, various and sundry other equipment that they need here awfully bad. If you'd like to have a dog or a cat, it's like John Doe Dog here, just come on by anytime. They've got plenty of them for you, big dogs, little dogs, fat dogs, and skinny dogs. All you add is love. This is Jerry Park, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
Rewa Colette Walsh.
Do you feel that this is your impossible dream?
one of them. It's a step in the direction of attaining my impossible dream, because if it's an impossible dream, you can never reach it. Right now, my possible dream is the year that lies before me, to just make it a beautiful learning experience.
Where do you want to go from here?
I want to make this year, it's such a challenge, I want to make it the greatest year ever, possible in my life so far. And I have a great responsibility because Debbie Patton has done such a fantastic job. To follow in her footsteps is a great task. And I hope I'm strong enough.
At 12:02 this morning, over 1 million telephones were affected in the switch room of General Telephone Company of the Southwest. The sounds you hear are Garland telephones being dialed, and the calls are going a lot further toll-free than they did yesterday. This is Lowell Newman, Division Manager of General Telephone. Mr. Newman, how is this change going to affect General Telephone subscribers?
Judy, we think it'll be of great benefit to those subscribers who were cut over last night. That's Garland and Plano and Rowlett and Saxe. It'll give them an opportunity to be able to call toll-free throughout the entire Dallas County calling area. Ultimately, this entire program will be extended to other cities, to Irving and to Carrollton, to Louisville and to Wiley.
How long have you been working on this project?
We've been working on this for 3 years, and last night was the culmination of all our efforts. Some of the boys are very tired, and we're very proud of them.
The right to good telephone service has come to be something people expect this day and age. The General Telephone Company, after 3 years and $7 million, thinks they can provide that service now. We'll see. This is Judy Hanna for Channel 8 News on the Move.
People in Texas, and especially the 121,158 farm families in the Texas Farm Bureau, would like to extend a hearty welcome to the approximately 7,000 people who will be attending the 51st annual meeting of the American Farm Bureau Federation here in Houston, and Texas especially. Our farm program has been decided already by Congress, but there's still going to be some issues that we'll be talking about and discussing here at this convention. Among those will be taxes, inflation, farm labor, marketing, which will be of interest to all the farmers in the United States and Puerto Rico.
Well, we complain, and we can prove it, that the Egyptians have not adhered to the Geneva Convention with regard to our prisoners there. In fact, reports were published that an Israeli pilot was tortured in an ugly manner and returned in a condition into the details of which I wouldn't care to go. And it has been known that they delay visitors of the Red Cross who come to see the prisoners of war, while we, on the other hand, have strictly adhered to the Geneva Convention. Our prisons are open to the representatives of the Red Cross, and one can peruse the reports and see.
Express mail service is what it's called. What it means is that a package like this can be put in a pouch like this, picked up in downtown Dallas by a postal official, taken to the airport, flown to another city, picked up by a postal official there, and taken to a downtown firm in that city. Artie Rollins of the downtown Dallas Post Office explains the significance of this new innovation of the post office.
This is a brand new service. And it will provide an opportunity for firms that need to get important documents and papers to other major cities the next day without fail.
Mr. Rollins, do you feel that the new U.S. Postal Service that is taking the post office completely out of politics will lend itself to new systems like this in the future?
Yes, I certainly do. And I think the end result will be much better postal service for the American public.
For Channel 8 News on the Move, this is Jess Brown.
Tarrant County Commissioners received a progress report on the new Juvenile Detention Center, under construction now on Kimbo Road in northeast Fort Worth. Bids were accepted for the completion of the parking lot at the center. Low bidder was Austin Road Company of Fort Worth. Completion date for the center is set for mid-February. Tarrant County purchasing agent Ed Smith gave a report to the commissioners concerning the fire marshal's request to move a county fire department fuel tank. The tank in question is located at Northeast 8th and Commerce. The above-ground level storage of the fuel is in violation of the Fort Worth Fire Code. Fire Marshal Mason Langford wants to move it to a training site at Saginaw. Refuse oil is stored in the tank for use in setting fires for training and firefighting methods. A low bid of just over $19,000 by Mid-County Paving of Fort Worth was accepted for hot asphalt overlay of a portion of Precinct Line Road. 2 large parking lots downtown adjacent to Convention Center should be complete by the first of the year. The 2-block area of much-needed parking spaces is being installed at a cost of $225,000. And the commissioners approved December 24th, a Christmas holiday for Tarrant County employees. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
This isn't child's play, according to the Food and Drug Administration. The game is called lawn darts, and it is being exempted from a proposed ban by the FDA. The proposed regulations, perhaps to be finalized by the end of the week, would cause this game to be relabeled and sold only in sporting goods stores. The lawn darts manufacturer, RB Darts of South Glen Falls, New York, argued against complaints in insisting that the lawn darts are not intended for young children. 2 deaths and a couple of other injuries to children are listed as a result of the game. A 4-year-old North Dakota child was killed while playing in a sandbox next to the lawn dart game. A 9-year-old Minnesota girl was reportedly killed at a picnic. The FDA list also said 1 child lost an eye and another required brain surgery after being hit in the skull. The ban of this toy only to sporting goods stores would presumably help make the point that it is not safe for children. The FDA proposed ban is part of the regulations being developed under the authority of the Toy Protection Act of 1969. In the proposed ban, 3 other toys may be banned outright. They include some balloon noisemakers, a cap gun, and a musical toy rattle. One viewer told me this morning that the rattle in question is one made in Japan, and it's made of cardboard. The rattle, she says, has 8 or 10 metal prongs inside the rattle which make it chime, but which become easily exposed when the cardboard is crushed. By banning these toys, the FDA could also require manufacturers to repurchase the toys from the consumer and the retailer. But at this point, the FDA spokesman in Washington has not said whether the FDA will make use of this power or not. That's Contact 8. This is Teal Salon.
A great deal of anxiety has been expressed in recent days over the future of our hospitals, especially the city-county variety, which focuses the attention on John Peter Smith Hospital, the county hospital in Tarrant County. The destiny of this hospital seems to be taking shape. If the decision is indeed left to the medical community, this county hospital will soon become a training institution involving not only medical personnel but paramedical personnel as well. Officials here at the hospital say a new office building to house a family care center is needed. Total health care, from social advice to obstetrics, would be provided. Medical teams would be trained as units. These teams, in turn, would go out into the community to treat the hardcore of our population who either are uneducated or unaware of medical help available, or they simply do not have the money for such services. Dr. Bland Wilson Cannon, a member of the National American Medical Association Council on Medical Education, visited John Peter Smith Hospital today and told of a spark being lit.
Everybody knows about Monig's department store and Leonard's and Stripling's and all the others, but Ed Smith's department store is something special. The clientele, for one thing, are exclusive. You need more than an identification card to shop here. You've got to represent a county agency. People from Lena Pope Children's Home, for example, get clothes for their wards here. Officials from the Tarrant County Jail get aspirins and other drugs in addition to knives and forks and spoons and blankets for the prisoners. In addition to buying fire engines and patrol cars for the county, purchasing agent Ed Smith handles uniforms and hip boots. The point is that he can get all these things cheaper than the individual agencies can buy them. The net effect is to pass the savings on to the county taxpayers. In an innovative move, Smith has figured a way to pass the massive purchasing power of Tarrant County and the resultant low prices on to the individual communities in the county. I asked him about his plan for mass purchasing and how it's helped the smaller community in the Tarrant County Courthouse.
Well, originally we were working with the smaller communities in the Volunteer Firefighters Association and assembling the information here in this department and developing the specifications, and from that going out to competitive bidding, which we understand has reduced their cost in the neighborhood of something like 33%.
Smith was commended in Commissioner's Court this morning for saving White Settlement over $9,000 a year on supplies. His idea is that if it can work on the county level, it can work for the state. Smith says that he's in contact with State Representative Tommy Shannon about instituting a system of state central purchasing. That would allow counties and municipalities to buy supplies at much lower state prices on state bid contracts. That would save everybody money.
As the spark was the educational effort at the John Peter Smith Hospital, with a full-time faculty dedicated to teaching, to support a program of training young men out of medical school, to broaden their base to train allied health personnel. You have made a significant step towards quality health, quality medical care.
In addition to the $11 or $12 million needed to complete the current expansion program of John Peter Smith Hospital, we need at least another $1 million, so say officials, for the Family Care Center. All of this must be decided in the form of some kind of bond election. Whether it's actually a bond election or revenue bonds are issued, that will be up to the Commissioner's Court.